Recent anti-China remarks by Japan's new Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi have lowered the overall atmosphere in Asia by 2 notches. As everyone knows, once someone in Japan starts making militaristic pronouncements, several Asian countries are furious. After all, the historical accounts have not been fully settled yet. Welcome to See South. Voices, 5 views from the South. Kaosu Mayor recently stated in the Diet that if something happens to Taiwan, Japan may invoke its right of collective self-defense.
それがやはり戦艦を使ってですね、そして、武力の行使も伴うものであれば、これはどう考えても存立危機事態になりうる、ケースであると、私は考えます。
Wow, this one sentence immediately evoked the same subtle reaction in many Southeast Asian countries. Hey, Japan, calm down first. Because there are quite a few countries in the region that have been traumatized by Japan's history in World War II. And even now, whenever they hear Japan make a tough statement, they still feel a bit of resentment. Next, let's take stock of which Southeast Asian countries most want to give Japan a good beating. Number 1. Philippines. If there is any country that would immediately cringe at the mention of Japanese militarism, it is the Philippines. The Bataan Death March was one of the most horrific war crimes in Asia. During World War II, approximately 70,000 American and Filipino prisoners of war were forced to walk over 100 kilometers, being beaten, shot, and buried alive along the way. This history is clearly documented in Philippine textbooks, and young people are familiar with it. So when Kaohsiung city officials spoke in a tough tone, the Philippines was probably thinking, Japan, do you think we've forgotten? No way. Number 2. Indonesia. During the 3.5 years of Japanese occupation of Indonesia, the people were forced into Romusha labor, forced to supply resources, and faced food shortages. The death toll is estimated to be over 4 million. The older generation in Indonesia remembers Japan as, when they came, they would rob people of their food, arrest people, and beat people. Therefore, Indonesia will instinctively keep its distance whenever Japanese high-ranking officials adopt a militaristic tone. Number 3. Malaysia and Singapore. These two men are neighbors and among the biggest victims of Japan's southward expansion during World War II in 1941. Japan launched the Malayan Campaign, advancing south from the Thai border all the way to Singapore at an alarming speed. When the British surrendered, Japanese soldiers were still taking photos on bicycles in the streets of Singapore. This history is still told by the older generation in both Malaysia and Singapore. Therefore, when similar militaristic rhetoric emerges in Japanese politics, both Malaysia and Singapore think, hey, Japan, stop playing those old tricks, huh? Number 4. Vietnam. At the end of World War II, Vietnam was taken over by Japan, triggering a severe famine that may have resulted in 1 million deaths. Vietnam's impression of Japan was, when you came, many of us starved to death. Therefore, Vietnam was quite sensitive to changes in Japan's security policy. In summary, if you ask which Southeast Asian countries have the strongest anti-militarist sentiment towards Japan, the answer is the countries mentioned today. It is not that they want to beat up Japan, but rather that their history is too painful, making them more sensitive today. And when strong-arm rhetoric like that of Sanae Takaichi appears, it is like triggering PTSD in Asia. Please, don't let it happen again.